Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank Pakistan Society for Training and Development. I've been associated with the society for some time, and alhamdulillah, it's a pleasure seeing it bloom and grow. And this conference in Lahore, first one, is such a thumping success, great participation, great opportunities for learning. I have the pleasure of facilitating this panel discussion where we have two amazing ladies who are making their mark in sports. Mariam, am I mixing the name? Sorry, Zabina, can you just give me this paper? Yes, one lady could not make it, but we have Norina. Norina is not here, and we have Hajra, the captain of Pakistan national football team. Hajra, can you please come and join us? And then we have the fascinating lady Rameesha, and her speciality in rising is kickboxing. Fascinating young Pakistanis belonging to the 70% of population of Pakistan, which is less than 30 years. This amazing young country and the young talent that is coming up, and highlighting the impact of women, they're upcoming and they're making a difference in the society. I just want to say a few words before we benefit from their experiences and feelings in life. Pakistan is a very unique country when we talk of women empowerment and women in business. It is unique because you have to look into the country in its specific background. If I take a snapshot of Pakistani women in 1947, when the country was independent, and if I recall some of the profiles of the ladies, they were mostly domestic homemakers. They were sitting at home and they were doing a great job of bringing families, but the thought of getting into profession, the thought of doing something different, something which is even semblance to what men are doing, was not very common. So we see that transition coming slowly, and then we saw bold ladies taking up profession of writing like Ismat Chughtai and all, and there was a lot of criticism. They faced a lot of opposition from society. So one is our cultural background, the culture of Pakistan, which inhibits ladies, which has traditionally, and the other aspect is again very unique to Pakistan, misunderstood, is the religious aspect that ladies do not have to play a visible role. Although our religion has demonstrated Prophet and Prophet's daughters and everybody actually playing very active role even in the war. But this disconnect in thought process came as a result of our religious misgivings over centuries, that place of women is a home and women cannot do what men can do. And we've seen that transition coming in. We've seen business leaders, professional women coming up, and there has been a tremendous transition and transformation. And again, I will just mention in a few minutes, I see Sultana Siddiqui sitting here. She is a leading icon of women transforming Pakistan's image domestically and globally. So much has happened. And these girls, the younger generation girls, I had the pleasure of talking to them last evening, they have come up against all odds. The odds that start from within our family, the restraints that come in from society, the fear under which they are nurtured and they are discouraged to come up, and they have made an impact and they are making an impact. Now, my purpose of talking to them today will be, we have a lot of young generation girls attending this conference. We would like to learn from them. What were the initial barriers that they came across? What kept them? What provided them the resilience to move on, fight against all odds, and come up as a shining star in our society, example of a shining star. Today, I feel very proud when I see Pakistani women flying Pakistan Air Force planes, and they are in almost every walk in life. They are doing all the jobs that a man can do against the odds. And I remember they appointed some ladies as a police constable, police officer, the traffic police in Pakistan on Tariq Road. And this is where I want to have, it's not a light thing, but I want to tell you the culture, the acceptability of seeing a lady constable on the traffic is something unseen. And funny enough, people started queuing to get themselves challaned by this lady. So this is unfortunately the culture that we are operating. And this culture is not only in the urban areas, it is very strongly in rural areas. And the girls are fighting. And my hats off again to PSTD, Zubina and her team for creating this platform to learn and find some inspiration from these young Pakistani girls who make us so proud. Thank you so much. So let's start with Rameesha, the kickboxer.
Yes.
What got you kicking? Is the mic, please check the mic. Let's watch her in action. Unbelievable. And I love the way she was kicking the gentleman. Is her mic on now?
Hello. Yeah, it's working.
Great. Thank you. My question to you was, what gave you the desire of kicking people?
I think since nobody was doing it, I decided to take the initiative. And now more girls are following me and then kicking more butt.
Do you feel any different when you are kicking a girl or a man?
Of course, it's more fun kicking a man.
Oh, wow. And why is that?
Because they think you can't kick them. And when you do it, that is when it gets interesting.
That's the spread, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic. Now tell me, when you started this, did you ever face any resistance?
Yes, of course, especially as we were discussing last night. My family is an overly educated family. My grandfather runs a university, my dad's a professor, he teaches at IBA, my sister's an IBA grad, my mom's a doctor. So everybody naturally expected me to be one of the IBA students as well, but as you guys can tell, I did not get in, of course. So I decided to pursue my passion, and while I was studying, I started kickboxing, and when I graduated, I took this up as a full-time profession.
You quit your job?
Sorry?
When you graduated, you said you quit your job.
I did. I started working for a channel because my degree is in media studies, but obviously I didn't like it there. My mind used to be at the academy, so I just ran back.
You realize it's a lot more fun kicking, right?
Exactly,
Kicking and boxing,
yes.
mashallah. You're now achieving a milestone in Pakistan. Where do you see yourself going in coming years?
I see more girls sitting here. I see a team with me. Because when I joined the academy, there was no, I was the only girl there. I think they missed the first part of the video where I was standing with my teammates and then there were like 30, 40 men and I was the only girl standing there. And because I'm a trainer now, so I'm training more girls and I have like 30, 40 girls under me and inshallah within 3 months I'll have a team of fighters ready.
Excellent, excellent. And thank you so much. What kind of support do you need from the society on a cultural side and also from any institution, sport institutions?
I think when I was studying, I faced this as well. There were no scholarships, there were no grants. And with me, there were so many other student athletes as well. So I think more institutions support student athletes so they can pursue their dreams or maybe go abroad or play in Pakistan for Pakistan. And yes, I'm still looking for grants for my training, so I guess it's still not there, but I would like to see more corporations cooperating in future.
So that you think that's going to have some enabling environment and some support? Are you coaching, some internal or external coaching?
Yes.
Excellent. And is there a platform in Pakistan to provide you that kind of support?
It is a little difficult to approach corporations for sports fundings, especially, I don't know, any sport besides cricket is just very difficult to get hold of sponsors.
Thank you so much. We'll come back to you and
Sure.
there'll be some common questions. Now talking to Hajra, change the mic again, there's only one mic that works at a time.
Okay.
Hajra, the
Yes.
great footballer, what got you going into football?
Firstly, thanks for having me here. It's an honor to be a part of the Rising. What kept me going was the drive, basically. You know, the sport that I play, football, is a supposedly male-dominant sport across the world. And the fact that when I joined football about 10 years ago, there were barely any women's clubs. There was there wasn't a national team. So the fact that people think, like we spoke last night, women are fragile, women are weak, women are meant to stay at home. No, women can play 90-minute games, 90-minute competitive games. Women can kickbox. Women can kickbox some men, and footballers, we just kick balls every time. So there's...
Did anybody in your family ever ask, why have you taken this great responsibility of championing the women against men?
It's what drives me, basically. Just, being myself, representing the women, not just in sport or football, just every career line that they want to pick, people at home, not home, that's what keeps me up. And there's a couple of projects that I'm working on advocating for women in Pakistan generally. That's how it's been.
Great. Now this is a question to both of you and you can answer. When you look at the society, which is at the first level does not recognize or accept women coming up so aggressively in front as a symbol and icon of resistance to the male-dominant society that we have. Why did you decide, there was something different in you from other girls, because all the other girls in our society go through this paradigm, go through this phenomena. They feel humiliated or they feel being looked down by the male component of the society. But we are taught to absorb it and just stay with it, and let the time pass and things do happen. Why do both of you not accept that and decided to rebel and come out against these paradigms?
You want to go first, or I can go first?
Anyone?
Okay, it's easy because, once you kind of set a goal for yourself, this was more personal than it was to prove somebody else wrong. The fact that I had tunnel vision throughout growing up because I was a track and field athlete, then I got into football, I've played on the national basketball team, I've played on the national beach netball team, I play for the national football team. It's not been easy so far, but the fact that I can make a change right now, I'm at a position where I'm UNICEF's menstrual hygiene champion, right, for Pakistan. And we're going to schools mostly in rural areas, and we're kind of helping those girls out because they drop out at school grade 7, grade 6. They're not attending school, they're not playing sport, and being an example for the fact because they want to listen to me. They're not some regular office working woman. They're seeing somebody who's playing sport, who's playing a competitive sport, still has the same problems. We need to, that's just one of the things that I'm doing, like to empower other girls that are growing up. And I feel like it's my responsibility because I'm at a platform where I can make a difference, where people will listen to me, where I have a voice.
One question. Why you?
Why me?
Yeah.
Why not?
Didn't you?
Why not?
Good one.
Why not?
That's a good one. Why not me? It's a lesson for all of us, you see, because this is where the most conventional thinking comes is that this is the society, this is the issue, why me? And the beautiful answer, why not me? Great. What is your feeling on this?
I think what she said, we need to be an example of what we say. So change starts at home. So change does not start through hashtags or statuses. You need to be a living example of it. So, and I think sports has huge potential to amplify women's voices or defy misperceptions that women are weak or incapable or they cannot fight back. Because I know personally, because I train women in self-defense as well. I tell them, you're not weak, you're strong, you just need to know the right moves and he's down, he's gone. So I think it's just being out there, and platforms like these really highlight the potential. And then now I think maybe 95% of people did not know who I was or who, Hajra's famous, okay. But now people might go and then more people might know. So this is what needs to be done.
No, excellent. I'm sure as time passes, you will make your mark higher and higher, and people in Pakistan, even in the region and the world will know that. And, it's a great thing. You see, the dilemma of our society is not mentally, generally speaking, ready to accept this thing that ladies will be coming up, girls will be coming up aggressively, challenging the areas where male dominance is an accepted fact. All of you learning from these two have two choices, and most of us give him to the first one. It's a question of compromising your existence. As an individual, you all have uniqueness, you all have ability to do, perform, excel in the field of your own choice. So unfortunately, as a part of the legacy system, we are told what we are going to be, we are given the direction where we should be going, and we are actually encouraged not to think outside the paradigms, accepted norms of society. And these two girls, they've done this thing, they have broken that paradigm, they have overcome the resistance. Rather than surrendering your own selves, you decided you will move on with what you are. And that, I guess, you stood up and you decided to follow what you are, follow your dreams. And a question that I also asked you yesterday, the field that you have chosen is very interesting. This is a very high profile. It gives you the name, it gives you the fame, but it does not take you to the rest of your life. It's a short span field. Like any other sports person, like another showbiz person, this career is very, very beautiful career, but it is actually, does not take you beyond a certain point in time. So I did ask Rameesha, and I guess I had to ask you again, what do you see beyond your achieving the top of the profession, top of the field, and you're becoming the star, and everybody really loving, and you're the name. But then some point in time, sooner than normal professional life where you look forward to 30, 40 years of career. I would like to hear it again, Rameesha. What do you plan for yourself beyond this?
I think definitely there is a long-term plan in my mind. For now, I'm only training more girls. And once I have my team ready, I want to go for my master's abroad for master's in sports management, so I can come back and then I can empower those women financially, not just women, students, athletes, financially, giving them more sponsors, marketing them, highlighting them. So then they do not go through the hardships that I went through. So I want to make a team first and then I want to support them. And this is a cycle that will go on, keep going on, inshallah.
This was a beautiful answer, and I was really very happy to hear this, because what she's saying is that she's not going to give up her passion of playing kickboxing, and when she peaks out, then she's going to do her master's in sports management, and she's going to continue to provide an enabling environment, encouraging setup, and get more and more people into it. So continue to contribute in your field in the longer term. And I wish you great success. Ma'am, what is your plan beyond football?
Beyond football is a lot more football. I was 20 years old when I became the captain of the national team. When I started playing at 14, I had 4 goals that I had set for myself. One was to be the best player in Pakistan, and I have 3 top scorer and 3 MVP awards for the national championships. That was check. Yeah, thank you. Number 2 was to make it to the national team. 2 years playing, and I was on the national team. I've been on the national team for about 8 years now. Third was to become the captain of the national team. I became the captain when I was 20 years old with seniors on the team. My 4th dream was to play in Europe. 2 years ago, I was in Germany and I was training with 3 German Bundesliga clubs. Today, I'm 24 years old, and there has been a lot of football, a lot of goal achieving already. Thank you. I've changed career thrice, actually, because both of my parents are hardcore business people. I started with a business degree. I switched to economics. I switched to international relations and politics. But I want to be a pilot. So things have been a bit like, maybe in the future, because I want to kick off a football academy of my own, where I will have, because I started playing at 14, which is a pretty late age to start playing football if you compare it abroad. So I want kids to start playing at 4 and not have to go through what I went through, because we were training at cricket grounds and we were catcalled by men because we had to play in shorts. It's not easy playing out in the sun for 90 minutes. You know, people commenting, oh, ab kab tak khelna hai football? Rishte nahi aane, rang kharab ho raha hai, or, you know. But then they see you achieving, getting on that ladder. They see you becoming a part of the national team. They see you representing the country. They see how groomed you are, how much you've achieved in your career, and they're like, heads off to you. So I've done well so far. I want to do a football academy, like I mentioned. Couple of years down the line, I'll probably be like a football academy owning, Harley Davidson driving, pilot, former football player.
Oh, sure. You see, it's so good to hear from them that they have already planned life beyond the professional peak. And that's excellent, and you're going to continue to contribute. I just want to check from the audience here. Is there anybody with a burning desire to be a kickboxer? You, ma'am? Zobina, you want to be a kickboxer? Okay, there was a lady there also. Anybody?
Well, I can.
Ma'am?
You know.
Would you like to come here?
I want to be coached by Coach Rameesha. Yeah.
And anybody who wants to be, anybody who wants
or
to
just
be
learn self-defense. Self-defense, guys, really
the
learn
best
self-defense.
footballer. Welcome. And I want somebody volunteer, the best footballer. Nobody wants to play football here? That's also kicking. Just consider the ball were your opponent. Welcome. What's your name, ma'am?
Habiba Khalid.
You are एक mic का एक काम कर रहा है यहाँ पे.
Habiba Khalid. Habiba Khalid.
Habiba.
Yes.
You're a kickboxer.
Yes.
And what about you, ma'am? Your name? Atiya. You want a kickboxer?
Aksar,
Okay, you're a kickboxer, right? Or आप footballer?
नहीं kickboxer.
Oh my God! Look at the. Well, actually, the reason and nobody wants to play football, and she also decided to join the kickboxing team. So look at the burning desire that we have, ladies and gentlemen. These are the shining examples of our emerging society. These are the. You want to come along? Aa jao, Zubina. Come on. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. So that's as Zubina was asking, आप लोगों के दिल में ये ख्याल कब आया कि किक बॉक्सर बनना चाहिए? You for a very long time? Or you come to the mic.
You can.
You wanted to be a kickboxer for a very long time.
Yeah, I wanted to learn kickboxing since like a very long time, but I never got like actual vacations to take time off the university and start doing
And
it.
what have you done about doing that? What have you done about becoming a good kick? Or you've been wanting it for a long time. What did you do?
Nothing right now, actually.
Okay, so
Because
that's
I've been really busy with my university and all.
Just hold.
But yeah. Okay. Hi. Oh, sorry.
So
I
you have a desire, but you haven't done anything.
yeah.
Okay.
I haven't done
What about
anything.
you, ma'am?
else.
When did you decide to become a kickboxer?
It's not about kickboxing only. I was always fond of self-defense because I remember in my youth times, my brother used to be, he was a karate player and he used to motivate
Don't
me a
count
lot
yourself out
to
yet.
go for self-defense.
Okay.
So I was very fond of, but my mother never
What
allowed
have
me
you done?
to do
What
that.
have you done to become a kickboxer?
So right now, when,
You
she
decided
said it,
right now?
I decided it for myself, but more than me, I decided it for my daughter. I
Lovely.
want to pursue her and I want to learn it myself
And
as
so
well.
far you haven't done anything about it. Very good. You, ma'am?
Aksar.
Give your name and tell me, when did you decide to be a kickboxer?
At age 8, and I'm from convent school, that I practice some athlete works and in kickboxing, like karate and something in convent. We done many things about curricular activities and curricular activities, but now I am impressed by her.
Have you actually done anything to become a kickboxer yet?
Yeah, in convent school, we practice some things like this for self-defense. We learn something about this.
Good. There are two things here. One, ma'am, as you were saying, it's about self-defense, which is the starting point, and every lady in our society, even a man, should learn the art of self-defense. That's very important. But one thing is doing it for your defense. The other thing is passion of having a kickboxer, becoming a kickboxer. Jaise Rameesha ne kiya. I took your name right? Okay, thank you. And so you've been doing something. What about you? You have an eye.
It's just for self-defense. As in my college life, I slapped boys 2 or 3 times in college. So I just want self-defense, and as well as other girls. Not only myself, but also others, that we are greater in numbers than men. And we have to compete men.
So has today's session given you some incentive to do things differently?
I guess girls have no any sides for this. We have no practice, and
Absolutely. You
especially-
have no patronage,
Yes.
and so did she. Rameesha didn't have. आप लोग क्या footballer बनना चाहती हैं? Oh, excellent. When did you find that you have this desire to become a footballer?
Actually, I'm a sports person myself. I have been playing squash for like 2 years.
Wow.
And I think women can do as well as men in sports field as well.
Totally agree with you. Better than
yes.
that, actually.
Better
Excellent, excellent. So have you ever tried to do anything to become a footballer?
No.
You have not. Now,
I would love to have training from her.
she would love to have training from her. So you've got one student right here, ma'am, and I'm sure there are many sitting in the audience who may not be so forthcoming. But good thing is that, when you think and you look at an example and an icon of success, it does give you the confidence to come up. It takes a lot of confidence to come up, ma'am, and to come up and share your desire. Although you haven't done anything about it so far, but you can actually do it. There is nothing to stop you. I don't want to start a demonstration of your kickboxing skills with Rameesha. In fact, I didn't even sit here. I wanted to keep a safe distance. Yeah, I can see that. She's always ready. So I guess, one of the great things we find through this WIBCON is icons and stars come here and they share their personal stories of success and provide us the inspiration. And that marginal, I would like to use the word kick, to move on in life. And mashallah, this has been a great talk by both of you. Wish you all the greatest success in life. And ladies, thank you for volunteering and coming. And may I request all of you to please rise. This is about rising. Please stand up and give them a great standing ovation to these two young girls and to these young ladies who came and who experienced their desire. Thank you all so much. Thank you, girls.